What's up guys, Pratima here. So this is the Xiaomi Pad 7 and this is my favorite Android tablet right now because for some 28,000 rupees in India, there's just nothing more value for money tablet like it on the market. Then Apple just launched their new 11th Gen iPad. It's a little more expensive than the Xiaomi Pad 7, but at the same time, I love how this is also such a great value. So if you have around 30 to 35,000 rupees to spend on a new tablet this year, which one should you go for? The Xiaomi Pad 7 or the 11th Gen iPad? Let me help you make the right decision, and as always, I'll also be assigning points to both of them across different categories to make this comparison as fair as possible. Okay, let's start this comparison with the designs, and here both Xiaomi and Apple have given their best as far as design and build quality are concerned. You are getting a premium all-metal design on both of them and also a couple of fun color options to shop from. The Xiaomi Pad 7 is slightly heavier than the iPad, although the difference I am talking about is so minimal that I never noticed it in my everyday usage or even when I carry them around in my backpack. But I found exactly two areas where the Xiaomi Pad 7 and the iPad 11th Gen have any sort of meaningful design differences. So first off, only the iPad has a fingerprint sensor, which means I can unlock my iPad, approve app purchases and everything else, while it's entirely up to pins, patterns or passwords on the Xiaomi Pad 7. That being said, the Xiaomi Pad 7 has a much faster USB 3.2 Gen 1 port with up to 5 Gbps data speeds versus just 480 Mbps speed on the iPad, which means copying files from an external drive is much faster on Xiaomi. I copied a nearly 3 GB file from my Samsung T9 SSD to both of them, and the Xiaomi Pad 7 was almost 12 times faster. So I've got to divide the points for these two in this round. But when it comes to display, it's Xiaomi that gets an extra point. First of all, the Xiaomi Pad 7 has a smoother 144Hz refresh rate versus just 60Hz on the iPad. It also has a sharper 3.2K resolution, 800 nits of peak brightness versus the iPad's 500 nits. Whereas by adding 5,000 rupees, I can even go with the nano texture display to get rid of reflections and glares, something that's only available on Apple's Pro line of iPads. Even the bezels on the Xiaomi Pad 7, as you can see, are slimmer than the iPad. Now, to be fair, the iPad's display is not as bad as it sounds. It's perfectly color accurate and bright enough when I'm indoors, although this 60Hz refresh rate definitely sucks pretty much every time I'm browsing the web or simply scrolling through the UI. By the way, the Xiaomi Pad 7 can also play Dolby Vision videos on Netflix, which is surprisingly missing on the iPad. And I absolutely love how loud and detailed its quad speakers get as well. It sounds a lot richer than the iPad's usual set of stereo speakers, while Xiaomi has somehow even managed to pack in some punch in terms of bass on this thing, so that's another win for Xiaomi. But there's something the iPad does better than the Xiaomi Pad 7, like the cameras, especially the one on the front. You get a much wider field of view, the details are also nicer from the iPad, and it supports Apple's center stage thing too. That basically tries to keep you in the frame even as you move around a little bit. Xiaomi actually had a similar feature called Focus Frame on its older Xiaomi Pad 6, but that's weirdly missing on this new guy. Other than this, I found their battery lives to be pretty similar. With a little bit of this and a little bit of that, I was getting anywhere between 8 to 9 hours of screen time on average on both of them. I also ran them through an hour of YouTube video playback, an hour of video call on Google Meet, and around half an hour of light gaming. And as you can see from this graph, the Xiaomi Pad 7 and the iPad lost a similar amount of juice in all of those tasks. But Xiaomi does take a win when it comes to the charging speed, since the 45-watt adapter that you get inside the box takes this tablet from 1 to 100% in an hour and a half, while the iPad's 20-watt charger takes like an hour more to get the job done. Alright, finally, let's talk about the performance. So, the Xiaomi Pad 7 is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 chip, which sits right in the middle of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and the 8S Gen 3 as far as raw power is concerned, whereas Apple went with the A16 chip on the 11th Gen iPad. Yes, the same A16 chip as the iPhone 15, but it turns out that Apple has used a low-binned version of the A16 chip here with one less CPU core and one less GPU core than what we get on the iPhone 15. But for what it's worth, the 2025 iPad still manages to keep up with everything I do just fine. The Xiaomi Pad 7 does not struggle with my everyday work either, although you should know that iPad's CPU is simply a lot more powerful than Xiaomi's Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 chip. And this is clearly noticeable when I try to edit and export a simple 4K video on CapCut and Adobe's Premiere Rush. The gaming experience is surprisingly similar on both of them though. I say surprisingly because unlike the iPad, the Xiaomi Pad 7 has a faster GPU and a higher refresh rate display. But the sad part is that Xiaomi still has not optimized its full potential by enabling high FPS gameplay in titles like PUBG and Mobile Legends. Which means although Xiaomi could have easily won this round, I am actually going to have to share a point between the two. Alright, so let's get into their software side of things next. And if you watched my review of the Xiaomi Pad 7, you already know that I love what Xiaomi has done with its HyperOS 2.0 software here. Everything from the system animations to the way Xiaomi makes it so easy to use a big screen device like this is just so impressive. On the other hand, I am just not that fond of iPadOS. I know it's quite nice to look at, and the way it works so well with my other Apple devices is also something Xiaomi or any other Android brand can only hope to emulate. But compared to Xiaomi's HyperOS 2.0, iPadOS does not feel that intuitive to use. For example, I often tend to launch Chrome and my note-taking app side by side whenever I'm researching something. And while I can save those two apps as a pair and launch them both with a single click on Xiaomi, I need to manually open both of them every single time on the iPad. Apple also got rid of the split keyboard feature for some reason, which makes typing quite a bit difficult, and the lack of a universal back gesture on iPadOS can get quite annoying sometimes, like having to awkwardly press a small button on the corner of the screen to go back instead of simply being able to swipe away is just such a terrible user experience in my opinion. And one more thing, the 11th Gen iPad does not even support Apple Intelligence. Not that Apple's leading the AI game in any way, but this is a pretty big miss if you ask me. Whereas the Xiaomi Pad 7 has all sorts of AI features you would expect, like generating text, proofreading text, turning my doodles into art, or animating lock screen wallpapers for a cool visual effect. What I like even more is that Xiaomi is also committing to 4 years of major Android upgrades and 6 years of security updates for the Pad 7. Now, Apple does not really specify its updates policies like all the Android vendors do, but based on past experience, we know that Apple pushes updates to its devices for at least 5 years. So yeah, not only is Xiaomi Pad 7 software better than the iPad, but Xiaomi does not want you to sweat about updates either, making it a clear winner in the software game. Okay, I guess I've talked about everything by now, and so let me wrap it all up. And taking a final look at the scoreboard, it's pretty clear that the Xiaomi Pad 7 is the better tablet of these two. It has a nicer display, a nicer set of speakers, faster charging speed, and a better software experience. Not to mention, the Xiaomi Pad 7 is nearly 25% cheaper than the 11th Gen iPad as well, which makes it all the more impressive. Even the accessories for the Xiaomi Pad 7 like a stylus and a keyboard are much more affordable compared to what you need to spend for the iPad. Now don't get me wrong, I 100% agree that the 11th Gen iPad is a great tablet, and if you're someone who's fully submerged in the Apple ecosystem, just looking for a good starter tablet to get for some work done, this makes perfect sense. But to everyone else, the Xiaomi Pad 7 is simply a better bang for your buck in every way possible. With this, I'm Pratima. Thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe to our channel.